Hello, my name is Bree Simons. I am one of the senior speech pathologists at Network Speech Pathology, and this presentation today is exploring mealtime environments and delivery strategies. So, sometimes as speech pathologists, we actually want to be looking beyond the swallow to consider how the environment and the feeding strategies might be impacting someone with swallowing difficulties. So, as caregivers and even as the client, you want to be considering your environment. So, who's around you, what's within the environment that might be distracting you from your swallow. And sometimes, rather than focusing on your swallow, these considerations can make really big changes to allow for a more successful mealtime experience. Some strategies might include considering of the timing. We really only want to be eating or drinking when we're feeling alert. This means that our muscles are going to be more responsive to our swallow. Fatigue can impact progress. And so, in terms of your day to day meal times, you might want to be considering, am I more fatigued in the evenings? Should I be opting for a different consistency in those evenings when I'm feeling less alert? Some of my clients also opt for more smaller, regular meals throughout the day as opposed to 3 large meals, because by the time that the meal gets to its near end, it can be that we're feeling more fatigued, so the swallowing difficulties increase. So have a little think about timing for you. Environment. Optimally, we want a calm environment when we're eating and drinking. We want to minimize visual or auditory distractions. So think of your phone, the television, the radio. Let's switch them off or turn them away when we're eating and drinking. Mealtimes can be a very social environment, but for those with swallowing difficulties, we want to be minimizing the conversation or direct talking to and from when we're trying to eat and drink. We want to encourage swallowing with full focus. Positioning. We want to make sure that we're nice and upright. So that means a really stable position and posture. Our OT and physio friends will be really handy in helping you optimize this if you're not sure, but ideally we're aiming for your back to be nice and supported by the backrest in your chair. So hips back, and I'm adjusting myself right now, but feet flat on the floor or at least supported by something. If you don't have a floor, it might be the foot pedals on your wheelchair or even something underneath your chair so that you can be better supported. We want to be thinking about the assistance during feeding. If you yourself aren't feeding or someone else might be feeding for you, we want to be making sure the focus still is on the food. We're offering choices and discussing things about the food, particularly if there's a cognitive or even a visual impairment involved. Let's discuss the texture of the food, the warmth of the food, the color. Feeding at a nice, slow pace. So we're always making sure that we finish what was in our mouth before offering another mouthful. And for caregivers who are supervising, we're really monitoring for any changes in function and how someone might be tolerating that food or drink. After the meal, supervision should continue. We're watching and waiting for any delayed symptoms. We're ensuring that there's no residue left in the person's mouth. If so, we might be offering fluids or puree, or even conducting, even better, some oral care to make sure that we've cleared what's within the mouth. And ideally, we're staying upright for another 20 to 30 minutes. So if there are any delayed symptoms, our positioning is really good to help appease that. If you or anyone else you know enjoyed this presentation, you can also look at our website for some great resources that are free to download. If you or anyone else needs support as well, you can go further and reach out to our team, Network Speech Pathology, and we'd be happy to help. Thanks, everyone. Bye.